Let's go.
Hold on.
Hold on. We're doing this live.
Hello and
I had to
welcome
adjust
to
the
the
old
Woodshop podcast.
Balzac.
With Mike
The
Coffey
old
of Coffey
penis.
Custom Builds, Daniel Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, and Peter Kapar of Peter's Workshop.
That's me.
You can find us all, as well as the podcast, on Instagram
Balls.
and YouTube.
Smells like balls in your house. Balls on your drum set.
Welcome to episode 71 of Another Woodshop podcast. Thanks to science, now in full color.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. As a
AWP
Technicolor
in 3D, in 2D.
in 2D, 3D, audio only.
Audio only. That's
Audio only. You know what else is audio
I can't
only?
wait to watch us in 3D with my lamps. What is those things called?
Oculus?
Oculus?
Lamps?
Oculamps.
Grandpa Dan pulled it in his wheelchair.
Oh, my grandson's got the oculamps on his arm.
He's got the Oculips.
He plays Beats Saber on it.
What?
Beat Saber?
Oh, I don't know what
Video
that is.
game.
Now I'm old. Great. You know what isn't old? You know what is
Your
old?
intros?
Patreon.com.
There we go.
Patreon.com is not that old. Actually, I don't know. It might be. I'm not really sure how old Patreon is.
Define old.
I mean,
You.
Dan, wow, yikes. Dan, Google how old Patreon is while I'm doing our Patreon spiel. Guys, if you haven't
Good
heard
call.
of Patreon, go to patreon.com/Another Woodshop podcast. That's one way you could support the show. That's a
How do you
great way
spell
to support the show. In
Patreon?
fact, if you support the show on Patreon, you can get access to the episodes a few days early compared to everyone else. That includes the actual main show and then the video versions of the pre-show and the actual show. Dan, how old is Patreon?
71 months.
May 2013. I don't.
That's not that old. That's less. That's actually younger than I thought it would be.
71 months. Check my math.
Is it right? I hate
Check
you.
my math. Check right now.
I don't
Go ahead,
want
Dan.
to. I'm doing an intro. If you don't want to support us on Patreon, that's totally fine. Just share the show if you could. I mean, even if you don't like the show, oh, Dan's checking right now. If you don't like the show, share it. That way we still get positive feedback from people who have good common sense. Anyway, check us out on Patreon. Give us some shares. Give us some love. That's all I got for the intro.
Honestly, if you really want to tell the world how bad this program
Good.
is,
You said bad again.
you want to know how bad it is. Yeah, you want to do a story on Instagram, tag all of us, and then we'll retag you, and then engagement.
Dan? No,
Engage.
Dan's out on that. Engagement. All right.
Dan gave up
Look,
on a math. Had too
I
many
don't have
numbers.
anything else. I don't have anything else to talk about.
I just feel
so.
like you might be right.
I think right now we need to hear Dan as Michael McDonald sing "What's on My Bench."
What a fool believes.
What?
That might be the one time I don't actually edit that.
Oh. Once again in English.
No, that was good. He nailed that. I know exactly.
Well, Dan, since you nailed it, what is on your?
That didn't sound that bad, did it? Oh, you sounded a bit like a dying
Labrador was
cat.
trying to get treats.
Max started doing laps in the background.
Hey, you guys are never gonna guess. I've been doing a lot more CNC work.
What?
It's kind of crazy. Like,
I remember you used to. Be
Allow
a
me to
builder
write that
with me.
down.
yeah, you build it, they will come. It's kind of crazy. My
That's my
Etsy,
saying. I've been saying.
telling you, man. I woke up to 4 new Etsy orders this morning. Yo, I'm gonna be building a mansion soon.
Are you even
Crazy.
doing big orders anymore?
Dude, that's tens of dollars.
Literally
Dan's-
tens of dollars.
Tens of dollars.
Dan's walked away from big commissions.
Yeah.
It's all Etsy or nothing.
It's still going to take 4 months.
Walnut desks? No.
No.
I can't put those in a
7,000 walnut catch-all trays. I'm listening.
No, I'm still doing big orders. I'm just,
I'm joking. Of course, I know that.
I get that sucker running in the background. It's just, it's so fun. It's so fun. It's like, it's my new, like, shiny new toy. I love it so much. It's
pretty
I
dope.
pet its head. Stroke
Okay.
it.
What's on your bench?
Poor Max and Paco and your family.
I cleaned my shop once. It was a real mess. So I did that.
Show your work.
Technically, nothing was on my bench that day because I cleaned it. Yeah,
That's not what this is really about. So
And
that's what you did.
I went to install the floating shelves I've been working on. So I'm making these floating shelves.
You're making floating shelves too?
Yeah, I've been making them for a couple weeks. Copycat.
Oh.
Anyway,
I did mine in a day. That's weird.
Oh,
really?
Does yours have a hidden drawer?
2 hidden drawers in each one. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shut up.
There's a hidden drawer on the front to pull out, so you can put the lady's got a gun, and then on the sides for her candies and stuff.
Guns and candies.
It's her money. She can spend it on whatever she wants. No, they don't have hidden shelves.
Anyway,
Gats and Cracker Jacks.
Anyway,
Gats and Cracker Jacks.
New show title.
Show title.
Anyway, so I took those to the house today to install them, and you're never gonna guess. So like these are
The trim didn't fit.
These are L-shaped floating.
Wait,
7 million views.
Wait, could you tell that they were floating? Is that what happened? I'm sorry.
I'll have you know I'm TikTok famous.
I know you are. You're kind of a big deal.
So
Indonesia.
These are L-shaped. They're supposed to go into an inside corner, and you're never going to guess.
The best.
They were not the best. Well, my shelves were the best.
Well, it's a good thing you're putting it into a corner. It must have been a right angle, right?
Yeah, you would think. You would think it'd be at least close.
Listen, if there's one thing I learned from working construction back in the day is that framers get it right.
I have never seen so much eye rolling from Dan Dunlap in my whole life.
Oh my goodness.
At least close.
It wasn't even close, yo.
He almost detached his retinas.
We put it in the corner, and I'm like, okay, before we put this up, I want you to know that I expect this to be a little off. I didn't measure the actual angle.
Measure.
I didn't mayonnaise-er. Rub that on.
Yo,
Didn't mayonnaise-er the actual angle of the corner. I'm just like,
how bad was it?
Close. It's got to be close, dude.
It's like 60 degree.
It was 105 degrees.
What?
Close.
That's a lot of caulking you got to use for that.
That's a lot of something. No, I brought the shelves home. I'm gonna butcher them and make it. Oh man, I'm so angry,
dude. That's not even.
I got to swim
close.
on their beach with my family.
What's a beach?
You know, in Nebraska with the water,
the lake,
and everything.
Oh, the lakefront. Oh, waterfront property.
Got it.
And let's see what else. Lego trays, flags.
Oh, the building person trays.
Dude,
that
flag came out so good.
Block person tray. Yeah,
the Iowa. Yeah,
it was pretty cool. I'm gonna do more of those. I think.
Not a flag guy though. Flag came out good.
It was very nice. It was very nice. And then what else? Oh, my family and I were prepping for the end of the world.
2K.
He's preppers.
No. We're prepping for our big family vacation. We're gonna be leaving for a couple days. I'm not saying exactly how long because if you want to rob me, you got to guess. We're gonna go camping. Shocker. And that should be fun. I'm really looking forward to that.
That will be fun.
I also I made so speaking of CNC stuff, I made a sign for a buddy of mine who has a business here in town called Omaha Headshots. And his logo is pretty cool. So I reached out to him.
The world's tiniest sign.
Well, I made a big sign, but I'm getting to that.
Okay, go ahead.
I made a big 30-inch sign for him out of walnut, put his logo on it. And, it turned out great. And I was like, hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. Why don't you come over? I made you a sign and we can catch up. And so we got to doing a little this, little that. Had a few
One
drinks.
thing led to another.
Had a few drinks. And
Nick Brim's shop isn't even cold yet, and you're already replacing him.
Had a few drinks, and my buddy is like, hey, how small can that go?
Whoa.
The CNC.
What's that?
Oh,
yeah.
So I carved his logo on a 1x1 block for fun.
Nice.
Anyway,
perfect.
That's
clarity.
my week.
Nice.
Yeah, it was perfect. Anyway, Mike, I want to hear about your.
Must have been really cold in that shop.
It was super cold. The water was cold.
The water was cold. No, my week was. It's been busy in the shop, but my week's been kind of weird. I started a diet, which is something I've been trying. I've been wanting to do for a while, but I just have been too kind of stressed with when I had the family, when I was working at the family business. It was kind of too much to try to do. But now that my life's a lot less stressful, I was like, I'm going to take on a diet. And it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Honestly, it's actually really not bad, except for I was really hungry for a while.
You were pretty upset about the food the first few days.
It was pretty rough. No food, but it's not bad. I was really hungry. Like, it's all I could think about. Today, it was no big deal. So, but that's good. I'm really glad I'm doing that because I really want to get into shape. Well, a shape that isn't round.
I was going to say round's a shape.
Round is a shape.
Yeah, I don't want to be in that anymore. And I'm just tired of these guys calling me Tubby behind my back. So,
it wasn't really behind your back.
Right to your face.
Right to my face. What else? Oh, we put an offer on a house, and then we lost it. That was horrible. It was a house we fell in love with. That was a perfect situation. We really wanted that house really bad, but it ended up not happening. So we're on the lookout now for another place, and yeah, we're just trying to find something with a shop. We really want to downsize quite a bit for our house. We want more property. We want something with like an indoor outdoor space so we can do more stuff outside. And I need a shop. Like, it's getting really bad working in my shop. I'm really having a hard time working in there. So I'm really moving stuff around a lot. And you
reminded me of something that I went right past.
What's up?
You both have me like really jonesing for a new house because Pete just got a new house. You're looking for a new house. So I'm like, what can I do? Well, I'm not in the market for a new house. So I went and talked to the people over at Tough Shed. And they're like, tough, you can't have a shed.
Tough luck.
No, my yard is way too sloped. And I have to do a lot of grading and excavating to even make it happen to get like, I'd have to spend like $30,000 to get like a $6,000 shed. It's just ridiculous. So I'm bummed out about that. But I didn't lose a house, so continue.
And then I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, we lost a house, but so we're just on the hunt for a house. And then this week I've got I've still got that bar table, that Sky Lounge table sitting in my shop. I think probably looking at a few more weeks before that gets delivered. I'm gonna stop taking on any more big projects until the end of August. That's not what I meant to say. Through the end of October. I'm booked out through October right now.
Wow. Good stuff.
I can't take on anything big. I'm not going to take on any smaller stuff, like medium-sized projects until after I deliver this big table either, because I really need to spend the next few weeks just focusing on it. I'm not really far from being done with that thing. So I just need to spend a few days on it and not be distracted by smaller projects. So I'm going to go deliver this sliding barn door tomorrow. I'm actually in the middle of spraying that right now. I just did the last coat of pigmented lacquer on it, and I got to do the clear over it. And I just finished up some floating shelves that I started just before Dan did, and he wanted to copy me, so he started his.
We've all been copying each other the last 6 months.
Yeah,
nonstop and everything.
Yeah. Our customers, we copy them. We're building them for ourselves, copying each other. And there's nothing to do with customers. No. So a lady had reached out to me. She's building her house is being remodeled, and she wanted some floating shelves. So I made them out of maple, and I put some Rubio charcoal on them, and they came out really cool. So she's picking those up tomorrow, and then delivering the sliding barn door tomorrow.
Barn door.
And I have a wedding sign I did with Chad with Hickory Custom Creations. He had I don't know the person's relation to him, but he couldn't do it with the tools he had, so he shopped it to me. I gave him an Instagram buddy discount kind of thing, but I'm gonna list that on my store because I think those wedding signs would sell like crazy, and I was gonna list them in a couple different sizes too, because this one I did the font that I picked, I'm really happy with the design on it. It looks so good. So I can't wait to sand that down. It just needs to be sanded. What's that?
Calligraphy font, right?
Scripted. It's the standard wedding sign thing, but I like the one I picked. It's
generic wedding.
It's nothing it's nothing groundbreaking. It's their last name, of course, and then their first name in a more blocky font, and then established.
An apostrophe S or S or
it's
the Dunlap scissors.
The Dickmans. Richard
bleep
and
that.
Donna Dickman.
Please bleep that. But bleep the man part. stupid.
Writing this down. Dick bleeps.
That's like the one TikTok that you send us of the one guy that keeps talking to himself as like multiple dudes. The one with the long hair.
Petey? Yeah, with
Yeah,
the bad bleeps.
he does not bleep. He bleeps. You
But
can
it
hear
says it
everything.
perfectly loud. Overlays a bleep but doesn't clean. Man.
Oh, so good.
Oh, that's funny.
What were we talking
about? I don't even know.
Wedding signs, the dick men.
Wedding signs.
So
Yeah.
I'm doing the wedding sign. It's done. It's carved and the epoxy's been laid in. I already flattened it on the CNC. Like I took off the epoxy with the CNC. I don't know why I don't always just do that whenever I do a sign on the CNC after I epoxy it. It's so much faster.
What, are you gonna run it through the drum sander 10 times?
Yeah, like a million times with the drum sander. I just hit it once with the flattening bit. And it was just done so quick. So I'll just sand that. That'll take me all of like 30 minutes, and I'm gonna put some hard wax oil finish on there. I don't know which one. Probably Odie's, because I'll probably sand it to a 400 grit or something like that. Because I like to get rid of those swirl marks in the epoxy. If you stay too low, the swirl marks look like trash on epoxy. So I like to take that high. And with Rubio, you can't go over 120, and epoxy looks like caca, in my opinion, at 120. So, what else? That's kind of it. Just looking for a house. Life's good. Working a lot. It's great. I really excited about my diet. Pete, what about you?
Oh, well, I've had a kind of a
Tell
crazy
us about
week.
your house, please. Yes, I want to hear all about your move and everything going on.
Dude, we just recorded 2 days ago, right?
It
feels like it was 2 days ago.
This week flew by. Like it seriously makes no sense in my brain that it's been a week since we recorded. So I'm in my new house. Anyone watching the video right now, I am in my new 3D printing room. So the background changed, but not so much. The printer's still behind me. We're actually scrambling today. Long story. You should have been in a pre-show. But my office was literally wrapped up 20 minutes before, like paint and everything, 20 minutes before we started our live. So I had to scramble to set everything up down here. But me and Emma love this house. We are so unstressed, de-stressed, not stressed, whatever. Like we're just so relaxed here. We literally get like angry and annoyed and upset when we're at the old place picking stuff up still. Like just stress and like
things.
Yeah, there's so many
Yelling
like
at your parents.
It's a PTSD.
You're not
Shut
my
up,
real dad.
Meatloaf or like pierogi.
Miroslav! Meatloaf!
That's pretty spot on, actually. Nailed it. So being here is just incredible. We've been going nonstop since we moved in, and yesterday we took like a 30-minute, what was supposed to be a 30-minute break at like 7 p.m. and we didn't leave our deck until like 11 o'clock at night.
Nice. That's good.
Put up some lights. We have like all the wedding lights and stuff that finally got taken out of storage unit. I hung them up. We just hung up the lights, just relaxed. You can see the stars, which you can't see in the big city. It's real hard because it all lights. That's what I have. Yeah,
Likes that
I'm just gonna leave that hanging there. It's incredible. We are absolutely in love with this place. I can't wait for you guys to come out. The other thing is I had the surveyors come out today because they were supposed to finish the job. They were supposed to drop stakes on where our property line is. It's part of the original survey, but they had to wait until we were in place.
Is that a pooping with Pete thing? Dropping
stakes? With Pete. They're dropping stakes. Yep. And they put the stakes down and I go, oh, we got more property than I thought. I didn't realize all those trees were mine.
How much did you get?
1.78 acres.
That's a good lot, dude. Yeah. That's awesome.
Like where they drop, so my property, it's main section, and then it like drops down and it continues. It's just like wild, like kind of wetlands, but it's lower
meadow kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. And so where they dropped the stake, I'm like, this has to be like 3/4 of the way through the property. I looked at the map. It's halfway through the property. We have like another like double that behind us. So there's no one's ever going to build behind us or whatever. And I'm honestly just going to go down there and like set up like a shooting range with my bow and arrow. It's like a little archery range. It'll be fun. Yeah, I shoot bows, by the way. It's a hobby. It's gone by the wayside. But yeah, so I got that set up.
You were talking like bow tie.
Yeah. I'm just going to go down there just in the woods, like where no one's looking. Like
jumping around.
Right,
like
let me just
Cupid
practice.
To the woods.
It's a lot of cursing when I'm tying a bow tie. Dang it. Dickmans.
Donna Dickman. Donna and Richard Dickman.
Attorney at law. Dickman and Dickman. All right. So we've been painting. We're almost wrapped up with the second floor. We went with just white on the walls. We've been living in places with crappy wall colors and whatever. We just want a nice bright house. It's great for lighting. I mean, that literally that color was in half the house, and no blue anywhere.
Nobody likes blue.
So we're super excited just to have light because it's so bright. The sun comes in the morning. My office is nicely lit. Our master bedroom is well lit. So it's just nice to be in like a clean house. Also, it like gets rid of the smell of the other family. Not a bad smell, but just like you go into someone's house that has a smell,
Right.
something you're not familiar with. So that I'm super stoked with that. The Dickmans.
It smells like
tomorrow.
Dickman in here.
You get that? They slip. Once I hit slips.
Yeah, it's got a real,
So we're
really
almost done with the
Dickman
painting.
odor in here.
We did our first coat of paint downstairs. We got to do a
It's the
second
worst
coat.
when they go running.
Oh,
Sweaty dick.
okay.
The humid air.
Where was I? Oh yeah,
You were talking about your fabulous house.
Yeah, it's the Dickmans. The Dickmans. What else? Oh, and then as soon as we finish up the paint, I just want to get it done because the floors are going in. So the floors hopefully will be done this weekend. The shop was supposed to move this weekend. It's not happening. There's been a change of plans. So I'm going to shoot for next week because I have not even painted the floors in the shop yet because I was going to do the epoxy floors. Also, I love my trailer. I absolutely love that thing. It was the best investment for the move ever. I've moved everything. I've been doing a trip a day at least, and being able to move slowly at our own pace has been incredible. Plus, that thing tows so well behind my Subaru. It's great. We can load it up quite a bit. It only when I like fully load it up does it like chug a little bit up the hill, but with lead, yeah, all my
Your
lead
collection.
lead collection. No, Emma, don't. I'll pack that. Leave that, Emma. My lead collection. The neighbors are great. They're all super friendly. Everyone seems to be just either unemployed and living in nice houses or working from home because they're always
great
home.
until you tell them part of their yard is yours.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, by the
Hey
way.
neighbor, what's up?
Hey.
You're gonna want to get off that.
You're gonna want to step back.
That's close enough.
Well, speaking of yard, I can't mow the grass because it's too mumuch grass, and I only have like a push mower or not like a self-propelled push mower.
Yeah.
So the previous owners actually stopped by the house the other day. They just because they're super nice. We chatted them up when we were buying a house from them.
Key party.
Yeah, and we're looking for a third and a fourth. We invited him over because I had some letters and stuff that got delivered. And we chatted them up, and he gave me a connection for the Russian guy that used to cut their lawn before. Yeah, so I made a friend with a Russian guy, and he's gonna be cutting my lawn and a leather jacket the whole time, or Adidas tracksuit the whole time. I specially requested. They're like, "We'll do your yard however you want." Like, can you do it in a tracksuit?
Sergey lawn and tracksuits.
Actually, Artun is his name. Artun.
I was close.
Yeah, I was close.
His company is Art of Landscaping. I'm gonna give him a little plug, which is great.
Nice.
His name is Artun and Art of Landscaping. Very
I'll
smart.
invoice him. Get me his invoice. Or
Yeah,
his
it's like
email.
coffee, custom wilds, wilds. Also, the nuclear fault line gas has been addressed. The radon. Yes, we had our radon system
taco
get
night.
installed. It was installed in the loft attic above the shop, actually. So
Nice.
it's super quiet too, which I'm super excited
The
about. 'cause-
laddick, if you will.
The laddick. Thank you. When we were looking at houses, we were at one place where
Adolf.
No. Germany just got flooded. You can't say that.
Atoft.
I
This
thought
isn't working.
we'll
This isn't
workshop it.
working.
We'll workshop
No.
it. No,
Let's be
I
done
got
with
it.
this.
I got it. The Barnett. The Barnett above my shop. So we went to see one house, and the radon, the fan was so loud, so I was afraid that I was just gonna hear it all day in the shop. Super
Can you
quiet.
explain that?
Very
I have
happy.
no idea what that is. I mean,
So-
I know you have that radon, that nuclear fault.
There's
but,
a
how does that
radon
work?
is
How do
literally
they
like
get that out of there?
like radioactive gas that's in the soil in a lot of places around the U.S. and Jersey's on a fault line. Yay! So essentially, there's a pipe that runs out of the floor already. They pre-built it into the house because they know. I guess they knew this area is prone to it. They hook up a fan that gets literally put right into this pipe in the attic, and it just It's just spinning 24/7, pulling air. So the radon doesn't collect in the house. It goes from the underneath your pad in the basement, pulls the air from the soil up and out the attic.
Can you just connect your laser extractor right into that?
I mean, you
can't you just do a box fan?
You might be right.
A dryer vent tube.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Just pipe your laser right into that.
Yeah, it might actually do that. I don't know. It's not the worst idea.
It's not a bad idea.
No, it's not a bad idea. I might just like have to hook something up. But that's about it. It's just been a lot of projects. We've been cleaning up, getting everything organized. I set up my 3D printing room, which I'm super excited about. I have so much room in here. And just I'm happy as a clam. This is amazing. I love having this place. I can't wait for you guys to come out. Also, I had a weird realization. My shop and my deck are exactly the same size. They're both 21 by 21. So like, but somehow my shop feels massive compared to my deck. I don't know.
I feel like the ancients knew that when they put it together.
The ancients? You mean 20
Probably
years ago?
Lined with the stars and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. The ancients. Speaking of the ancients,
like when the Egyptians put up the Great Pyramid of Giza, and they align with the stars and the rays of the sun and the Sphinx.
Relevant.
Well, you know who else aligns with the stars? Adam Barnett.
Adam Barnett did. That's a good segue. I wish I had that ready to go. Keep padding.
So, because Adam Barnett from Barnett Custom Woodworks.
Hold on, wait a minute. I just realized there's a question in the Patreon from Jevin Cheney.
Jevin Cheney?
He has this is probably a patron only question.
Ooh, well, you make the call. Do we do it live? Are we doing it live? Does everyone get it?
I read the question. I remember the question. We've answered the question, I feel like, many times.
Well, so my favorite wood is walnut.
Yes.
Favorite project to build is relationships.
Let me just ask it real quick, because we definitely have answered this a bunch, and we'll just knock it out real quick for Jevin. Hey guys, when you all first started out selling items that weren't under the table, how did you go about keeping track of everything? Receipts, billing, tax, blah, blah. Spreadsheets. That's the answer. Unless you're paying for software, get spreadsheets.
Yep. Numbers or Excel.
Yeah. There's free. You have access, or Google Sheets, even Google, whatever they call it.
Sheets.
Sheets.
Hit up any one of us and we can send you what we use, a blank or whatever. Or hit me up. I have a blank number.
You can hit me up.
Don't hit up Dan.
Yeah, anyone.
I have grid paper.
Dan will send you paper.
Yeah,
graph
Dan
paper.
will send you graph paper and a ruler that says Menards on it.
No, it says Barnett letterhead. Just gonna keep this going.
This is gonna be fun.
Speaking of which,
speaking of Barnett, this first question is from Adam Barnett. I don't know if there's any relation to him in that joke, but here we go.
Hey guys, Adam from Barnett Custom Woodworks here. So I hit 1,000 followers, and that was awesome. And then every post since then has been doing absolute trash. What is the deal? Is Instagram dying? Like, should I start doing TikToks? I don't know. Like, it just seems like engagement is really dropping off. Is that a trend for you guys as well? Or is it like, am I getting shadow banned on hashtags because I use the same ones a lot? Like, I don't know. Yeah, just wondering if it's just me or if that's the thing. Because, you put a lot of time into a post and making this whole thing, and then like 100 people look at it, and I'm like, dude, I could be doing a million other things than making that video. But yeah, let me know what you guys think.
Dan?
I don't know what you're talking about. Growth has been great for me. Try making a hidden door, bookcase door, like a Murphy door. Just try that.
Or an animal tray.
Or a block person tray or something. No, it literally has been pretty good for me. I don't know what's going on. I know Pete and Mike have been seeing the same thing. Also, Adam, I told you not to buy followers. Don't buy followers, Adam. That's not how to do it. But
it's a real RJ move.
I don't have anything to add. I don't know much about the Instagram algorithm. I just throw noodles at the wall, man. Sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't. What do you think, Mike?
I think that when you're about to hit a big milestone like that, the people in the community tend to like rally around you. So you probably see like boom of growth around those kind of like
that's true.
1,000.
You could have a lot of people sharing
and then it stops and
yeah, and it kind of falls off. So those milestones are really big and important. Like the 1,000 is really hard. 10,000, I want to say is harder than 1,000 for sure. But like once you get after that, you kind of see like pretty steady growth. But man, for me, in all of 2021, Instagram has been just caca for me. It has been really bad nonstop. Like I've kind of just disassociated emotion from Instagram. I've had to do that because I would just get so upset at the numbers because they're bad. I mean, they're just bad for me. Like if you look, I have like the same views on all of my videos for about 7 months. Like they're all either what I would consider to be really bad or just barely better than really bad. Like that's kind of where everything is for me. And I just base that on my I've always based it on my follower number. The views, I've always gone like, okay, if I hit like X amount of views compared to my amount of followers, then I'm feeling good about that. I've had nothing go viral this year at all. Like nothing's gone viral. Except for when I announced that I went full time. And that's another thing where people rally behind like a cool story. So like that post like instantly shot through I mean, it got like 1,000 comments or some crazy number on it, but I got no growth out of it. I think I got like, I don't want to say how many, it doesn't matter how many followers I got of it. A number that is a very normal amount of followers for me to get from a post. So for me, it's really dead too. I've kind of stopped worrying about it. I know that sounds like such an annoying answer to hear from someone who has a lot of followers. That's the way you gotta but you can't do that. You just can't worry about it, dude. Like you just gotta like, I mean, it really is an annoying answer. I get it. Like all of us want growth. All of us want it. Dan is getting great growth right now.
Yep.
I know a lot of that's probably getting fed from Dan's TikTok anomaly with his monster viral video over on TikTok.
I'm at 97,000 followers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Dan's growth is literally doubled in like the last.
It has literally doubled in the last 2 or 3 weeks. It is.
And so there's a lot. I mean, I always tell people who like really want to grow, the thing you want to do is have viral videos. And I honestly don't even know how to do that right now. Like I'm just not even.
Nobody does.
Sometimes you can kind of gauge like, oh, this one's going to be a hit. Like, I mean, let me rephrase that. Last year, I knew when a video was going to be good. I was like, I could tell this is, it was just all about satisfying, but that doesn't matter anymore. There's some new stuff going on where satisfying isn't it. And I don't have the time to really delve into it like I used to. And I'm just kind of like, whatever.
People more and more want to be like odd. Like I think the one video that's doing well on TikTok, not only do people point out that I'm an idiot and don't know how to make things, but it's kind of like, oh, it does that. Kind of reaction, you know.
I actually took my pork chop off of my jointer because it's so big, like it's in my way. And I took it off mine because it's just been a hindrance, especially when I joint face. And I actually did a video on it. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to show. That's just everyone's going to freak out. No jointer pork chop. Everyone. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to actually show it and try to get some of that safety police engagement.
Yep.
It got none.
Really?
I put that up today and I was shocked. I was like, oh man, this is going to be a good one. I was like ready to go with my responses. I was going to be all trolly and I was like ready to go. And it got like, I was like, this is going to be fun. I'm going to eat my my soy-based plant bar and I'm just going to sit back and I was ready for that sort of like, oh, you're going to lose all your hands and your feet and somehow your neck on your jointer. I was ready for it, but I got like 2 or 3. I was like,
I'm still getting hate comments for spraying that shower where it was sitting up on my bench and like having nothing covered. Like people like losing their minds. Like, oh my God, he's getting his shop dirty. I'm like, it's a workshop.
Yep.
I work in here.
Yeah.
It's not a show shop.
Adam, I couldn't tell you, man. Honestly, like I really want to make more time for YouTube because it's YouTube. I mean, I just want to make more time for it. I was going to record a video the other day and then I can't complain. Like this customer this local television station who would order a bunch of charcuterie boards, they messaged me like I was going out to set up to do this recording and they're like, hey, we need 60 more by next Thursday. I was like, what the F? Like I can't turn that down. It's just too good of business. Yeah. So, and they're good customers. So the YouTube video got pushed to the side and I started milling up a bunch of walnuts. That's what I was doing. So, it's just, I don't know, man. It sucks. Like the bummer numbers really suck. when it's not going good, it's really hard to put any time into it. But I'll tell you this, it will go better at some point for some extended amount of time. It will start going
For some weird reason.
For some
It
weird
will.
reason. And
It
then
will.
all of a sudden it'll just grab back and it'll be terrible. So,
It's a roller coaster ride.
I mean, Pete, we haven't really actually thrown it to Pete, I guess. So
No, I mean, it's ditto. I've had a very rough couple of months on Instagram. There was
7
a
for me
spurt of like a month where I had multiple negative follower days. It was bad. It was, and it wasn't even like coming off, like I had something go viral like the month prior to that, but then just like I was fighting to maintain 21K, like, because otherwise I would have dipped below 21K. It was crazy. And then I had like a really good week last week. Nothing went viral, just had a good week. And now I'm back to like getting like single digit, maybe double digit follower growth every day, which is crazy. Instagram it's definitely been a lot less rewarding. And something's funky because the engagement is there. The people are there. I'm getting tons of messages per day, to a point where like I'm struggling to keep up with the messages. So I know the engagement is there. Just my posts aren't being served.
I think it also may have something to do with the way Instagram's pushing lives right now. Instagram is really
pushing something too. Yeah. Maybe that's what it was. I did a live and then
they're really pushing lives.
Blowing up.
I actually just looked. Yesterday was my lowest growth day ever. I haven't had negative, but that was my lowest growth day ever was yesterday.
I'm beating a dead horse here. It's just, it's waves. It fluctuates. Right now it's bad. For some people it's good.
The point is, Adam, is it just happens.
Chin up.
So you either got to commit to the bit or decide if you want to move on. But definitely do TikTok because there is something going on there. That's on its way up. Instagram's on its flat pattern of the bell curve right now. So, I mean, you're definitely, ships in the night there. Instagram is not going away anytime soon. It will become like what happened to Facebook at some point. It'll just become a platform that you may or may not need to be on, but it just exists. So it's just kind of on the other side of that.
Yep.
So the next question is from Josh the Dad. He has this to say.
Hey guys, it's Jay the D. I have I guess maybe an odd question this week. It's all about experiments in the shop. Now, we all know YouTube is a fantastic source for content. If I want to learn how to do a new type of joinery, I could look it up on YouTube and find it. If I'm looking for a new tool, I could look it up on YouTube and there'd be 1,000 reviews on it. I'm experimenting in the shop this week, and I want to know if you've ever done an experiment where it's going to be kind of a costly one. It's something that you should do, but nobody out there has ever done it, or I can't find it. So I'm just kind of curious if you've ever run into a project where you've had to experiment, and it's going to cost you a little money, but you may be the forefront of adventure on this one and figure it out for the rest of the world. Have you ever done something like that? All right. Hopefully this made sense. If not, just make fun of me. Have a great one.
Pete, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have multiple times. I mean, anytime because I used to get a lot of used tools and then try to fix them or restore them. Like even the lathe that I was just fixing, swapping out the spindle on it. I couldn't find anything, any references on it. I could barely find a manual. It wouldn't even like the take apart. And even that wasn't a lot of help. I just had to kind of figure it out. Another one is the flip top cart. Yeah, the idea is not new. Ben Rodriguez, Brad Rodriguez, his cousin,
Bren Dixon.
Bren Dixon. So Brad's got, he's done the flip top cart many times, but I've never seen anyone do anything significantly heavy, like super heavy. It's always been like maybe the planer and then like the rigid oscillating spindle sander. But like when I try to slap 2 100-pound plus machines to it, I couldn't find anything heavy duty like that. So I just kind of was like, hey, as the kids say, YOLO, let's just try it, see if this works. That was a success. But yeah, and that did really well. I got a lot of growth around that when I was happening. And again, I think like that's what Dan was saying earlier. It's the, oh, wow, that's cool. Like I didn't think of that moment. And I think that's big on Instagram, and it's hard to capture that moment, you know. Sometimes
That's a good point. Maybe processes are out.
Yeah, processes are out. It's just like, wow, you can do that with it, you know. Even something as stupid as in my like the Laguna laser video where I like jumped out of the center of the laser in the beginning. It's, you know, I was trying to think of outside the box. Like I've never seen anyone do something like this, just pop out of a machine. So why not? Like let's try something stupid. And everyone loved the intro, and then nobody watched the video. Dan, what about you?
I just steal a lot of Adam Barnett's ideas. I don't try anything new.
The Barnett.
No, just recently I did the trim on a hinge, you know, and that's the video that's blowing up on TikTok because, oh wow, I'd never seen trim on a hinge before.
It's my trim on a hinge.
Because I had the Murphy door, but it wasn't being pushed in to open. You had to pull it out, and you had to pull it out, which created a problem for the hinge. So, you know, I had to figure out how to make that work, and I put the trim on a hinge, and that was kind of an experiment. I didn't know if it was going to work. In theory,
I thought it was a dope idea. I actually like that it tucked out.
I like the idea too. It did create a few other problems, but I've already fixed those problems, and I'm never going to post it on TikTok. Nobody will ever see the finished product, just because I'm going to troll people with that other one for the rest of my life. I think that's the only thing I can think of that I've done recently. Mike?
I honestly can't think of one, but I know I have. I mean, I really didn't.
We all have.
I mean, I didn't really I didn't watch a floating shelf video. I just did a floating shelf how I think it should be. I don't even know if how I did it makes sense. Honestly, originally when I priced it to the lady, I was going to do it out of ash, and we were going to be I was going to be India inking it. And I have some, she wanted to be exactly 2 inches thick. And I had 2-inch thick ash. So I was just going to India ink it, and I was going to be done. I was going to drill holes in the back and call it a day. Yeah. Well, then like halfway through the job, she's like, hey, I actually want it to be lighter. And I was like, and I don't want as much grain showing. I was like, oh God, it's going to be maple. So I had to like make it up as I went. You know what I mean? So it kind of changed the whole job, and I had to work with what I had. So I made a box frame one, which I know I'm not the first person doing that at all. A lot of people do the box frame. It's like all face grain all the way around.
All face grain.
It's like the IKEA.
I've got one of those desks. IKEA
exactly.
6 face grain side.
I did dado. Anyway, I don't know how to do it. I just did it how I thought it would work. So there's definitely a lot of that going on. That's a lot of guessing. Anyway,
I think that that's pretty much how it goes, especially like when you're designing and making on the fly. You're obviously experimenting, but you do it so often you don't remember what you're doing. Right. You don't remember how you're going to recall. Oh yeah, there was that one time.
I have to do this table with a mitered waterfall edge, but they don't want any support system underneath that's visible. So I have to have like a ladder shaped C channel made underneath to hold it together. I've never seen that. That's going to keep it from sagging over time in theory.
And that's the other thing. Like when there are answers out there, but you don't look it up. Like obviously, Mike, there's plenty of videos out there on like a floating shelf, but you were just like, I want to figure it out. Yeah. It's like when I did my first like dovetail joints, like I just like, I've seen it before. I watched it on Woodsmith Shop. I didn't like look it up. Just like, let me try it. And they were awful, but then they got better. You have to figure it out.
It's so funny and kind of off topic. I shared my stories. I know I told you guys, but I've been like making sure I design at least one thing a day in Shaper or Fusion so that I keep my like 3D design, like muscle flexed or whatever. But so I was like, I'm just gonna make this.
Is that a muscle shelf I need to work out? Maybe that's my problem. I haven't been going to the 3D Shaper gym.
You got to go to the 3D Shaper gym. It's $49.99. No, so I was like, I'm just gonna go design this thing while I was eating my soy-based whatever food thing I was eating. So I went in there and I designed it. Yeah, exactly. Chickpea dip. So I went in there and I designed it. I did everything. I got all the pieces figured out, and I was like, okay, I made it digitally. Then I had it in my head. I went to go make it, and I got like basically done. And I was like, I'm such an idiot. I could have had my CNC cut all this out. Like I had all the models and everything ready to go, and I did all of it with dados. I was like, oh man, swapping out this dado stack is just such a pain in the neck because I had to go back and forth between dado and regular blade, And I was like, what an idiot. I could have just thrown a big piece of maple on the CNC and it could have done all the dados and everything would have been just money.
That reminds me as well. Like, I'm finding ways to use my CNC that I would have never thought of before in the past. Like, for these floating shelves I'm making, they have to have a hidden drawer in them. So I could have built like an open space in them around the shelves, but instead I laminated a bunch of pine to some walnut to give it like a walnut face, and then I just slapped the shelf on my CNC and had the CNC carve out like the cavern,
the huge pocket.
Yeah, the pocket for the drawer. I'm like, oh yeah, CNC can do that. It took like way longer, but it was like way cooler.
Slamming summer. Oh man, I'm stroking out. Stroke. Slamming summer shandies. That's hard to say.
Slamming summer shandies.
I'm not even gonna attempt it.
Apparently not. Yeah, Dan would just pass out. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with those things. I don't know why I didn't think to just do. What about? I feel so stupid. Anyway, Lee Ohman.
Hey guys, it's Lee over at Regal Street. I was just wondering, what's one of your bad habits you have in the shop or while you're working that you know is wrong, and you know you shouldn't do it, but you do it anyways? For me, every time I'm sanding with that palm sander, I take it, I turn it on an angle, and I dig in. I know I shouldn't do it, but I do it anyways. What's your guys' bad habit?
Pete, what's your bad habit?
No riving knife on my table saw. Oh, we're talking. Shut up. We're talking about this in a pre-show. I don't have one on there. And yeah, I mean, I rarely rip stuff on it. I use my track saw for a lot of stuff like that. And so it's mostly used with a sled of some kind. But yeah, just no riving knife on a table saw. I know I should, but I don't. Also, another bad habit, just takes a little bit of extra setup, but I'm too lazy. A lot of times I don't use dust collection on my router table and just make it rain and then clean it up later like a fog machine, right, Dan? And then of course I also do even with my Merca, sometimes I'll be like, I need to get this piece right here real flat. And I just go just treat it like a grinder for a second. You know, that app where I met you guys. Dan, what about you?
How much time do we have?
Right, just go with top three.
Let's start off by how I start my day in the shop. I walk out there with flip-flops.
Oh, there's
I probably shouldn't be wearing flip-flops, but you know what? They're comfortable.
Then talk about the heat stroke and the freezing nips in the winter because you love Max.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't even count that. That's nothing. So like if I need to spray something real quick because I use a lot of lacquer, you know, you get out the Fuji, you hook up the hoses, you plug it in, and I'm like, it's just going to be super quick. Throw it on a thing, spray it real fast. Don't wear any mask or protection. Turn on the fan. The fan's always blowing out. So, you know, it's blowing the air out. So it's no big deal. I do that all the time. I don't wear safety glasses enough, which will be rectified soon. By the way, let me go back to what's on my bench. I have to wear glasses. I am getting bifocals. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you just say bifocals?
Yep. Old man glasses. Old man Dan. Getting bifocals.
You got the nose.
Yeah. They'll have you won't be able to see the line. So I at least got that. Like, I don't want people to know I'm wearing a bifocal.
So you're like a cool dad.
I'm getting a dedicated pair of safety glasses. So that should be rectified.
When I first started getting into woodworking, I was wearing contacts. Man, I would get stuff all up under it was the worst. I really quickly went to glasses. It is really nice. I mean, I'll get done with cutting on the table saw and these things will be covered in stuff that didn't go in my eyes, thankfully. So
you better dust collection.
Yeah.
Dan, I'm glad you're finally getting glasses.
I'm bad at same with Pete. I'm bad at putting on dust collection for the router table or the chop saw, sometimes the miter saw, whatever.
The chop saw.
I don't turn that on.
I built at my last shop. I built the enclosure around the miter saw and did not hook up dust collection. I was like, it catches most of it. Most of it.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? What are your bad habits?
Flip-flops. right now I'm not gonna wear boots. Yeah. It just makes me so hot. It's just not gonna happen.
Flip flops and thongs, baby. That's how
yep.
I roll in the shop.
And then thongs mean something different. It's not Australian.
Thong, da thong, thong, thong. Dumps like a truck.
I also have to, if I don't start, sometimes I'll catch myself doing the lots of pressure at an angle on the sander thing. That's really, I'll be like, stop it. I find that sanders work the best when you just let them use like basically barely any weight from your hand. Like you just don't really want to do that. I mean, you don't want to put any weight on there. Let it do its thing.
I'm actually proud of the fact that I've broken myself of that. I don't do that anymore with the Merca. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's
go lower grit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think of anything else. I'm sure there's a million others. I can't think of anything. But yes, we all have bad habits.
And mine are mostly safety related, I think. I've realized.
Right. And maybe drinking beer while I do certain things.
I never drink in the shop. How dare you? Also, I should be wearing ear protection, especially with
actually you know what? Ear protection's a big one. I definitely do not wear enough ear protection.
I've gotten pretty good at that.
What?
I do keep my Beats. I keep my Beats in the shop right there, or I keep my earmuffs.
I thought you were Dwight Schrute.
My Beats, beer. Anyway, the next question's from Nick from Boundless Design. He has this.
Gentlemen, hope you're doing well. Nick with Boundless Design. It's been a long time since I've heard the sound of my beautiful voice on your podcast. Hey, anyways, I wanted to know, you guys make beautiful pieces, and sometimes they're heirloom pieces that'll be passed down to the next generation. Do you warranty your products? Whether, and if so, how long do you do it? Is it a matter of warranting your craftsmanship, or is there something, maybe an issue with a piece you used, a product you used, or a fastening device you used, something fails? Do you warranty that, and how long do you warranty it for? Peace.
Dan.
I don't necessarily give a warranty, like a piece of paper. A butcher can guarantee a steak by sticking its hand. No.
Nope. Not sticking anything anywhere.
Sorry, Tommy boy. I don't give like an official warranty, but I have a lot of repeat clients, so they know that if they have trouble with it, they can call me as long as I'm still alive, and they've taken care of it to my instructions, not specifications. Like a cutting board, for example, something as simple as that. The instructions are clean it, dry it immediately, don't put it in the dishwasher. Yeah. If you follow those instructions and it, for some reason it goes bad, that's probably because of my fault. I will take care of it. Or if I build you a deck and one of the boards comes up, I will come fix it.
Shoot in the face like a cartoon character.
Pete watches a lot of cartoons. So yeah, I don't give an actual warranty with my pieces, but I do give them my word and a little peace of mind that way. And I think that's good for business. It's a good personal. No, I don't know the word I'm looking for here. Personable.
Best.
Oh, best.
It's a good and personable thing to do to, keep people coming back to you. Pete, what do you think?
I think it's the same thing. I don't offer a warranty, but I definitely tell people hey, if you have any issues or whatever. But then I'm also very straightforward with hey, if something was damaged or whatever, hey, this was scratched. I'll fix this, but just so you know, this, you have to be careful of this, one thing I do actually, I want to say kind of offer a warranty or whatever. I've gone on this rant before, is actually my 3D printed items. I kind of tell people hey, if you have an issue with one of my items, reach out to me. I've had people, the 3D printed squares I make, I've had people break them, or something, or the clips for the cable management on Merca or Festool hose or whatever, those get broken or something. I would just replace them. Especially if I have a new product coming out. If someone ever reaches out to me hey, this didn't fit right, whatever, guess what? You're your replacement set, we're going to fix it, and a replacement set's going to be free. I warranty my stuff to a point. Obviously if someone hits me up years later, hey, this broke while I was throwing it into the wood chipper, well, it's going to break. Sorry. here, but I usually try to help people out at the very least. You know, sometimes if people are like, hey, I want to order another one of these, whatever, like here's the discount code, you know, so at least you can get it at like cost for me. So I try to warranty it. I try to have a line of communication. I think none of us are doing work in a volume of like, we need to have like a warranty system. I think all of it can be handled in a conversation. Mike, what do you think?
I don't have a warranty sheet. I am actually working on a warranty sheet because of some commercial work I have. That Sky Lounge, they have requested a warranty. So my lawyer is working up that, but it sounds like I'm going to get out of it in terms of having to provide an actual warranty. Basically, when with these custom things, it's really like my piece of furniture that I'm making for that. It falls under the furniture heading. Generally, warranties go into like the framing side of any sort of thing. Like if you're a giant conglomeration, like a giant company, you probably have a warranty sheet if you sell massive amounts of stuff where there could be some sort of issue with one of your robots that makes stuff for people and you get faulty, like a whole line of faulty items. There's a warranty. But like as a guy who makes furniture, so like for when I sell stuff on Etsy, like when I'm batching out, like when I had all those conversion signs going out, there was some that were lost in the mail and I took care of them, you know?
Yep.
Just good customer service. You just got to do good customer service. But like, it's like what Dan said, like if I make a table for someone and they're like, hey, there's a huge gouge in my table. It's like, I didn't put a huge gouge in your table. How would that have gotten there? You did that. Like that's something you did. So now we need to figure out how we're going to remedy the situation moving forward. But if you expect me to repair something for free that you obviously did, that's not going to fly. Like I will do the repair. It will cost money and I'll probably give you a discount. I will definitely give you a discount because you're my customer. I won't just charge you the flat rate of someone who just hit me up off the street. But you're going to pay for that time.
Right.
So that's not something I did. Now, if one of the joints starts coming apart, that's a craftsmanship issue.
Yes.
And that has to be corrected by me and me alone. So that's the kind of things where I think when you get into different kinds of work, I'm learning that I'm getting into some commercial work. I told you guys about that other thing with that company, the big volume of orders.
Yep.
And it's going to have you come out. They are requesting something as well. So when you start to get into different things like that, that does exist. But I think generally speaking, you just need to do good customer service, and that's going to be your warranty.
It's having a good communication because like it's us. We're not a company. We're all companies, but like we're not a company. We're us. It's Dan, Mike, and Pete. You know, like when someone's dealing with us, it's with us. And I also find that like I'm also more responsive to like Etsy sales that might go sour. I haven't had many, but like I want to make sure that the Etsy rating stays primo, you know, because I've gotten 3-star reviews and I'm like, hey, was everything okay? Like, what's going on?
I think the difference there is that that's something you kind of make you batch that out, right? That's a regularly stocked item. Like when you make a table for someone, unless it's like a line of tables that you make the same thing over and over again, where you probably want to do that. Like that's a thing where you should be able to have it down and it shouldn't have any mistakes in it. Like,
Yes.
That's an item you make a lot of. So I agree with you on the Etsy thing. Like I'm a lot more like, you know, if I sell this one item 50 times and one of them is bad, that's not a terrible percentage, but that's not great if the word gets out there that I'm selling bad.
We also want to make sure that correct that relationship, make sure that, you know, because that's going to be up there on that site. Whereas also I'm saying like, they're all important and I think we all kind of warranty our stuff, but I feel like with in-person sales, you know, if someone's like, oh, this wasn't that good, they're not likely to leave a review somewhere unless something really falls apart. And we wouldn't let that happen. Like most of us would be like, we would repair that relationship before it got to that point. Whereas Etsy, people are very impulsive. It's like, oh, this kind of was not what I expected. 2 stars. And it's like, what at least talk to me. Let me fix it. You know? So at least that's been my experience with that.
Yeah, you got to take care of it no matter what. So, anyways, that's it for questions. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Let's talk about you and me.
No,
Let's
okay,
talk
so
about
that's a no.
Dan,
are
baby.
you sleepy?
I'm a little sleepy.
Let's talk
Are
about
you?
Dan, baby.
I was high energy in the pre-show. Now I'm just like,
Just because it's legal in Nebraska doesn't mean you should, do that.
What?
I said high energy.
Is that like a energy drink? High energy
Yeah,
drink?
high energy. Yep. High cheese curd energy drink.
that sounds good.
Dan's
cheese sounds good.
Dan's 12% cheese right now.
God, I would kill for a grilled cheese sandwich right now.
You could have like grilled soy cheese
soy
substitute.
Cheese replacement.
It's like Mike's
No,
living in the
thank you.
future on a spaceship where like everything's like soy based and like, oh, I got my protein bar. This one's pork chop flavored.
Gosh, the worst. All right, I guess we should just get out of here.
Yeah.
Solid hour.
Make
I
sure
don't have
like, subscribe, follow, share, watch our videos. Dan's
check
got
out
a
our
banger
YouTubes.
on TikToks. Check out the
Check
YouTubes.
us out on the talks.
Okay, just please everyone unfollow.
Tick
him.
our talks and
Tick our
view
talks.
our tubes and then
Flick our
check out
beans.
Instagram. Oh God.
Christian or Mingles.
Go to Etsy. Good one. Go to Etsy. Check out our Etsy stores. Check out the podcast's Etsy. If you want a cool shirt, we have some for sale in the podcast Etsy store, and we all have our own shirts on our podcast or our Etsy stores as well. So go check those out. If you're looking to buy something, use our Amazon stores.
Yeah,
we were just talking about that before the show. Check out our Amazon affiliate stores. That really helps us out. Everyone uses Amazon.
Links in our bios.
So find your.
I don't. Down with Bezos.
Find your.
He pays me. I mean,
host and use their affiliate link. Anyway, sure. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. This is very important. Share the show. Share it. Share it to your friends.
Share it.
All right.
I'm glad everyone got that. Oh, Ozzy. Share it.
All right.
Share the show.
Share it.
Share it like Christmas morning.
They really make great.
Share it like Barnett, his
tools.
project.
God, we're just gonna do this again.
Why not?
All right.
Beating a dead horse.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Love you long time.
Bye.